Vincent Hill is a former Nashville police officer, and he joins us now. Vincent Hill, as you hear this story, what you have heard so far, just tell me your thoughts.
Well, Arthur, I first want to send my thoughts and prayers to the families in Sutherland Springs, Texas. My first initial thoughts is I don't believe this was some type of Islamic terrorist attack. I mean, you look at the city of Sutherland Springs, Texas, it's a very small town. It's not a target that you would assume ISIS would go after. But right now, I think investigators are working very hard to find out what the motive was behind this. Was it someone that used to go to the church? Did he have issues with people at the church? So investigators are working really hard right now to provide the family answers.
And you have, as Eric was just reporting, that we can confirm now that 20 to 24 fatalities, 20 people wounded, 50 church members in that church service this morning, unfortunately sat there with no place to go as this gunman walked in with the intent of killing people, as we have eyewitness reports saying that he actually reloaded his gun multiple times. What does that tell you?
Well, clearly it was some type of semi-automatic or possibly automatic weapon. I mean, when you're talking 50 people, it could have been anything from a handgun that holds 15 rounds and he reloaded that, or it could have been some type of rifle that is semi-automatic or automatic. So clearly this gunman had enough ammunition to cause a lot of destruction. Clearly that was his intent. Luckily, it was stopped.
Vincent, as we report this horrible tragedy happening in a sacred place, a place that should be sacred, a place of worship, and I was talking to one of your colleagues, a former Boston police commissioner earlier, Commissioner Ed Davis, saying that there are some common sense things that we can do to somehow avoid these types of tragedies from happening. When you hear that sort of a statement from Commissioner Davis, what sort of actions come to mind?
Yeah, absolutely. I know the churches I usually attend have ushers at the door, right? So they're greeting people at the door, and those ushers are stationed there throughout the service. So, having people at the door, having, unfortunately, when we look at a Charleston, South Carolina, and we look at what happened today, maybe having security in the parking lot, even though the church is not a mega church where you typically see security in those situations. But, unfortunately, those are things we may have to start doing, having someone at the door, having security, things of that nature.